Steve Cardwell is the president of the Whitby Dunlops. Morning, Cards.
Good morning, Terry. How you doing?
Good. How did that Leaf Alumni Dunlops alumni game go on Saturday?
You know, the nicest thing about it was there was tremendous atmosphere in the audience. There was 750 people at the game, and it was a great game. The Leafs beat us 7-5 for the third straight victory over the Dunnings alumni, but it was a close game and a real tough call at the end on the loss.
Hang on. I was talking to Ronnie Baker, and he said after the first period, the Dunlops had a lead, I think, right?
It was 4-0 for the Dunlops at one point in time.
All right, so they said, okay, boys, let's just stand back on our heels a little bit. And then they came off, and their passes were pretty crisp for the old guys, too.
Gary Lehman, there's no question. There's a couple of guys out there, you just shake your head sometimes and you say, the talent that some of those guys had was incredible because he still moves that puck and still sees the ice so well, and he can skate with anybody. So you're amazed that some of these guys have been retired for 7 or 8 years, and they're still just as good as they were.
And now, speaking of guys amazed, and Ronnie and I were talking about way back when Scott McCrory used to play for the Dunlops, and I said, he gained a bit of weight and so on, but his hands never left him. He had a good snapshot and so on. So that's a lot of times what you get with senior hockey too, right? The guys, they still have a lot of skill in them, right?
Well, the one thing that you can't teach, and I think anybody that's been around hockey for any length of time at all knows you can't teach two things. One is hands, and the other one is seeing the ice. You can ask a kid to keep his head up all he wants, but to see the ice is a unique gift, and same with hands. If you've got the skill to move that puck and control the puck out there with great hands, it never goes away. And most of our players, as you know, in senior hockey, most of them have played at the junior level, and most of them went on to pro careers or university careers. So they all come with that skill set. They see the ice well, and they've got great hands and great ability.
So now you have a home with the Brantford Blast tomorrow night in Brantford and then Saturday night in Whitby, and you're 8 points back with 6 remaining in one game in hand?
We need help. Obviously, we have to sweep them this weekend, and then we need help for them to lose another game. It's a tall task at the end of the year, but we've been very happy as an organization with the development of the club this year with a bunch of new players. There's at least 9 new guys from our normal roster, so we're very happy where we sit. We think we've got a good team going into the playoffs, and we seem to be coming together as a unit. Is goaltending a factor? You know what? It always is. I think that the team of the three, Dundas, Brantford, and Whitby, right now the top three, at the end of the day, goaltending is going to win it. The team that gets the goaltender that's firing on all cylinders when we get to the playoffs, that's the team that's going to win it. Okay, good, because I was just making sure. I've been doing some practicing, and I'm not a call-up yet, but, I mean, just in case. You never know. Well, we've got you as an affiliated player, so anytime we need you, we're going to call. Now, we've been doing that for 9 years. How many times have we called you? Not once, but you said there's like 90-some players ahead of me, but they could all get injured. You never know. The list is shrinking. There's no question. You guys do a lot for the community, and I know you're working on the Buy a Bed campaign this weekend, and Dale Russell, who used to play with the Guess Who, is going to be there. Patrick Doon, Cadence Grace is doing the anthem. Yes, Saturday night is going to be a great night for the Dunlops. It's one of our real promotions nights. Ian McCutcheon from ServiceMaster in Whitby has done a great night in putting it together. There's a lot of special things going to be happening, but the biggest thing is trying to raise the money for charity. It's a great way to see a hockey game, and it's a great way to give some money to a local charity. So, it's a win-win for everybody. And it's one of the things that when we created the Dunlops 9 years ago, Terry, we really stressed that a lot of our games, because we're non-for-profit, the money has to go, if there is money, the money has to go to local charities. So we've been very lucky over the years to be able to donate quite a bit of money. So everybody's gathering at Baton Rouge for the pregame at 4 o'clock, and then the puck drops at 6:30, and then the after-game party at the new Royal Oak in South Whitby. So you can just walk right across the street. Walk right across the street. But Baton Rouge, before last year when we did it at Baton Rouge, we had a really nice crowd. It worked out well because it gets everybody, just like any other sporting events, gets everybody talking about the game and everybody into it. And then, of course, the game, I think it should be a great game against Brantford. And then the after party always as well. You always talk about whether you're happy with the win or the loss and what went on during the game. So it's set up to be a very good night, and we're hoping that we get a big crowd. And as I said, a lot of the money will go to charity. That's all good. Perfect. Go get him this weekend. Thanks, Steve. Terry, thanks so much. And all the listeners of CKDO, thanks for your support. We certainly appreciate it.